Hi. This is some sort of an urgency I felt behind a transmission of channeling. So I'm just gonna shuffle a bit and see where we are. What's going on with the collective? Why is there urgency to somebody's seeing the situation for what it is, very realistic. I'm getting somebody has awoken from a spiritual coma, into this new rebirthed life of seeing things from the perspective of your higher self. A rebirth is assured with the bat spirit. So we have 23 and 5 with eagle and bat, which is 2 5s. So this was a sudden change in your energetic field, and now you feel this urgency to move, to go full force. We got the mouse spirit coming out with number 40. She says, it says, tend to the small things, and you see clearly now with owl spirit. Owl and mouse. Okay, so somebody here has been feeling like they had a predator in some sort of way. This is purely a code within you that is of lower realms of more animalistic nature. But you see clearly now. That's why the urgency was like, okay, there's a message here, right? There's something that needs to be cleared out, communicated. This and that are true. Time to let go. So, if you have been working on letting go of people that have been up in your energy, fucking it up, then just know that Spirit has your back, and therefore that's why you see clearly or clearer now than ever before. There are some small animals and some winged animals, so I'm getting that you are stepping out of your timidness and spreading your wings in whichever type of thing you want to do. You're going after that with like full force. It feels like a now or never type of thing, so you might feel like you need to escape from somewhere. You are never alone with the otter spirit. Yeah, I'm getting this really cute and cutesy energy, like small critters. Like you need to be, your heart, your soul needs to be preserved from these predators. And we got the ant spirit. Time to collaborate with spider spirit. Make your dreams real, which is like 1 and 56, which is 11, which is like 111. So you are beginning this whole new, you have stepped through this whole new life. You have stepped through the gate. You came out of your timidness, or are coming out of your timidness while still keeping the cuteness. I cut the deck and got the wolf spirit. They say turn knowledge into wisdom. So because you have opened all of your eyes or have worked on your intuition, the owl spirit and the eagle spirit come from each sides, kind of like masculine and feminine higher selves speaking to each other within you, rebirthing you, changing you, because you are tending to the small things, which were actually big things that you have left unattended for a while. So the parts of yourself that were keeping you stuck in your ways, so like things from your, like patterns from family or patterns from people pleasing, you're really shaking off what's not yours. You are reconfiguring and defragmenting, so putting it back together, your soul. It's like remembering or even re-remembering, like you could have been stuck in a cycle of like another cycle of people pleasing after you have already said to yourself like that was the last time, but it wasn't. So those are the types of people that have pulled on your energy and have created. I'm looking at this web, which is not really spider web looking, it's a different type of web. So these people haven't really contributed to building your net. So maybe you were around certain individuals that didn't like your other friends, or there was a strife in the family matters, or like you can see clearly now all of the people around you. Yeah, big changes are coming for you. So again, I'm getting this, there can exist two truths, and it's really time to let go of waiting for people to apologize to you and to say they're sorry. So if nobody said sorry to you, I'm really sorry anybody has hurt you, but let me try to translate to you from spirit that your dreams are becoming as you collaborate with the correct people, as you move away from certain people and move towards what feels correct. Because you do see clearly now, you are fully awake, you have tended to every small little detail of why you are the way that you are. It's like there's almost nothing else to uncover within. So you have felt pretty much every emotion about yourself because you were people pleasing others. Please don't get offended by my harsh way of putting things. Just it's going really fast and I'm trying to slow it down, and I'm still kind of figuring out these channelings. But yeah, you are never alone. We have the mountain, stand your ground. So whatever you are doing here, you are, especially if it's coming after a loss of some sort of partnership, it can be platonic, work-related, romantic, however, you are seeing the things from such a high level transcendental perspective, where you can see mountains, where like somebody would see obstacles in life with a lot of fear. You see it as an opportunity for training. Hope that if that resonates with anybody, let me know in the comments. You are never alone, because you do have, with the otter spirit and the guardian angel saying you are not alone, you have this lightweight net support, where even though your friends might be weird or just, you know, different peas from different pods coming together, it's like this a bit more creative net of people that's coming together for you. Those are the type of people that you will collaborate with. But you are becoming a leader in your own regard. Like you're becoming the boss of something. But it could also be like owning your life. Like you're coming on top of the hardest struggle, the toughest hike, and you have made it to the part where you decline the mountain. However, it still takes energy, it still takes time. It takes time to heal, it takes time to come down the mountain safely without injuring yourself because you're tired from this expedition called life. I'm sorry. They always get me when I try to speak to you. So yeah, we got the summer card coming out. It says bask in joy and light. So you are being called to enjoy the sunlight more, the actual natural light, in an environment with a higher quality of air if possible. We got hermit, retreat, and recharge. So the way you can make your dreams real with a spider and see things even clearer for your own ascension and your own regrouping of self to create future partnerships that you want to create. You were just creating them with the wrong people. That's the kind of energy. It's like the more you retreat into your self, but really rest. So whenever you do take time to rest, make it so that it's actually restful. I'm hearing and seeing like loud TVs and bright screens that need to be changed to content that is not heightening anxiety or has too many sirens inside, or yeah, it's like you are becoming quite sensitive to the downloads and the intuition calls that you are getting because you are unlocking the magic within. You are a shapeshifter, you transform and unveil. You are transforming and unveiling your spiritual gifts. But the presence of bodies of water and sunlight and drinking water is really gonna help you elevate frequentially. Transformation is beautiful with the butterfly spirit. One more. Trust in divine detours. So whatever has been going on, this transformation has been a divine detour for you. So the more you breathe consciously while moving and trying to re-establish yourself into your body, however you please to do that, or even just doing something different. If you've been stuck inside in hermit mode, in isolation, you can just start slowly dancing in your room or listening to different music or watching different types of content that where content creators don't instill more hope into a situation that your intuition has already called bullshit. Because yeah, we got 3 more cards coming out, and these are quite interesting. First, we had the turtle spirit with number 62. They say slow and steady wins the race. So your progression may feel slow, but you are getting there. So let's say an example, I have come out of a toxic relationship in the past, and to heal from all of that debris, it took me a lot longer than I wanted it to take, because I'm just the type of person that moves on to calmer waters, and I like to super hyper analyze until I'm pretty much algorithmic at this point, right? So speaking on an example of spiritual ascension or awakening, you may feel like you have had many different points of awakening stages, or being more in tune with your intuition. So we kind of fluctuate between timelines here because we are, like the turtle, bound to water and land. We are bound to the emotional frequencies of all that is around us while we have to go to work or have to go to school or wherever we have to go, right? The store, supermarket, post office, wherever. So with the earth, we still need a lot of that grounding, which we cannot get in these concrete prisons that we call homes, right? We need to be around, you and me need to be around nature where we can get more in tune with our higher selves, because stepping outside of being in your homes for all this time, isolating, being depressed or whatever have you, stepping outside really reminds you of the times where we didn't have jobs, we didn't have obligations, and your body kind of naturally relaxes as you walk away from spaces where it's like populated with frequency, especially if you're a higher intuitive, sensitive person with prominent water signs. However, on the other side of that slow and steady energy of when will this situation progress, or when will this karmic cord actually be tied, or why are certain people in my life acting the way they are, blah blah, fill your voids. On the other side, we got the lion spirit and the turkey spirit. They say be generous of spirit and give with gratitude and grace, but they're both royal and regal, regally presented. We have the number 10 and the number 7, so it's kind of like the 17, which is reminding me of the star card in tarot. You are the star of your own life, so you can never wait for somebody else to do something that is your purpose, your job. Nobody can tell you how you feel, because nobody is you. So nobody can also tell you how long something is gonna take to process if they haven't experienced it. And even though you had to take time for yourself and be a bit more isolated from the old groups, you were always generous of spirit. You were always giving with grace without wanting anything in return. Energy, money, whatever, you name it, you gave it, and people just took. And because of that, we got the starfish. So they say open to infinite possibility. This is creating, staying in your energy, so staying in your essence, staying in your soul, staying in your inner child, or retreating back towards it, towards the time where people haven't set boundaries and fears and doubts upon your life. Try to take yourself back to the time where you were extremely carefree, joyful. What were you doing? Where were you standing or sitting? What fills up your soul before you even thought about drinking or substances or anything like that? It's like we are all coming back towards our source self. Yeah, source self. We are coming to what we wish for, as long as we listen to our intuition and stay curious about life. And whenever you are thinking about the past, your intuition was always correct, I'm hearing. So whatever you did in the past, for that timeline, it was all you could do, all you had skills for. I'm hearing ringing, so this is especially hearing sorry. I'm hearing ringing in my right ear, very high pitched. So I'm hearing that a lot of you guys, especially masculines, are awakening from dropping the burdens that aren't yours to carry and moving away from things that don't bring any rewards. So anything that keeps you stuck in like this illusion state of not knowing where you stand with something or somebody, you are only willing to invest into people that your intuition tells you that they're generous towards you. So you're being very cutthroat and cutthroat when it comes to analyzing people's intention. So we will cut it here. I'll just get you one more oracle from a different deck, just one advice card. Building blocks. So yeah, we are all here rebuilding our foundations. Whatever towers have fallen, whatever happened that pushed us into this energy of rushing into going, into doing, into being, our true selves is what is bringing this peace and blessings. As long as you invest in your own personal tower, nobody can call it ego. Your confidence will never be swayed after you personally rebuild your tower. I'm speaking of realigning all of your chakra systems. So figuring out where you have blockages could be quite significant, or what blockages are you built from, or what blockages were you building on. Yeah, that one. So yeah, you're in the present moment, here and now. You're neither in the past nor in the future. You are at the gate. So the two readings prior to this one, I posted the one with the wolf, scorpion, and tiger. It's giving the tiger. So if you resonated with that tiger message, this is especially for you. Again, the time to go came out, and it's number 9. So, and blessed is again on the bottom, and you saw me shuffle. So you're being blessed and supported through this gate, through this portal. Even though you have some way to go, you are already on the way, and that's the fire beneath your feet. It's your full trust into the universe that your path is exactly as it should be. You are exactly where you need to be, and this is no delays. It's just an energy of slow and steady, so you can really tend to those things that you have never tended to before. So for instance, certain mother or father wounds, or depends on where exactly you are on your healing journeys of coming back into your true self. You're clearing out the way to be able to teach yourself or learn how to properly communicate, or learn a new skill that you always wanted to have as a hobby, but you never had the money or the means to do it until this point, because now you are so potently investing in yourself, so much more than before. It's like this. The first energy why I opened this reading was actually the energy of freedom, of taking flight. So it's like I'm getting like, some birds never fly, and you're not gonna be that bird, okay? You're not that bird. You're a special hybrid between an eagle an owl, and a bat. So those animals could be significant for further spiritual insight personally, or could also separate the collective into 3 groups of your divine current path. So if you like this message, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, tell me how it resonated. But most of all, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked, because those are the easiest and cheapest ways to support me. Everything else will be down in the description box.